Hello. Here on Thursday, November the 7th. If you guessed, I'm in the kitchen because they're in there working on the steps and making a bunch of noise. You win. It's like a clandestine dab. A clandestine dab. It's off screen. But no, they are here. The new crew, the new people are here working on the steps. They are once again, well, I know the steps are down. The landing is still there, but that may be something that they rebuilt. I get the feeling they must have rebuilt the landing because that's one of the things he was pointing out when he was telling me yesterday about it, that they used the old wood. They used the old wood on part of the landing, so I'm sure I feel like they rebuilt it. So they got the landing, they're working, I guess they're working on the steps, I don't know. But they're making a bunch of noise in there, so I thought I'll do it in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? Yes. So I did stay, they were trying to put together a shelf today, a shelf, in the entryway, in the entry room, whatever you'd call it, where they, took out all the desk and all that stuff and they painted it. So they were putting together a shelf today, and I was using a drill. I don't know if I was using it well or correctly, but I mean, the shelf's there, so trying to be of assistance, be of help, other than just holding stuff, holding the wood up, stick to my strengths, as I say all the time. So, but since they were working on that, I was like, yeah, I mean, I can stay, that's fine, and help out. So I did take an hour lunch break when they took their lunch break. So, and not that I ate anything, I just sat in the break room and played on my phone and napped. I took a pretty good nap. In fact, one point I dropped in my phone, or almost did, but somehow half waking up, I was able to grab it before it hit the ground. But so yeah, that was that. It's fucking cold. Kind of hate it, but anyway. But yes, I'm gonna answer a question. Do it quickly, thusly. Let's see how quick today's question goes, because there was a clip I intended to add into yesterday's video, but I think was I half asleep? Was I 100% asleep? I mean, I know there's ebbs and flows. There's somewhere on the stratosphere, whatever, on the wavelength, whatever, somewhere I'm some percentage tired all the time, so it doesn't really matter. But made myself some food. Gonna sit down and eat that. But yes, there was a clip I intended to add to yesterday's video but forgot. So let's see how long this video is, how long today's question is, and maybe I'll add it in today or tomorrow. Should I remember? We'll find out. Whoa, buddy. Blank or ... is the best teacher. I mean, I feel like life experience, just, getting out there and doing things and, gaining knowledge by, getting experience with it. That's kind of the thing. Like, I can sit there and listen to somebody, like today, Gabe was trying to tell Peter and Mallory, how he wanted the shelf built and done and everything, and it's like, I thought I was the only one that was lost, but I guess not, because Mallory was like, that was a lot of information all at once, because Gabe was like, do you have any questions? And Mallory was like, I'm sure we're going to have a lot, I'm sure we're going to have plenty. She's like, that was a lot of information all at once, but it's like, I'm more of a, I guess, like get in there and do it sort of learner, I guess. So it's like I gotta have the experience with it. I gotta play with it instead of like, you can book learn me all day long and I'm still not gonna know at the end of the day what the fuck I'm talking about or what I'm doing, you know, until I get in there and like get the experience, get, you know, get my hands on it, you know, sort of thing. So I think just getting out there and experiencing life and, you know, having trials and tribulations, I guess, and testing your mettle a little bit here and there, you know, find out, you know, how strong you actually are of a person, you know, test your might. Dun, 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 dun. I don't, you know, no copyright, no copyright. Mortal Kombat. It's not Mortal Kombat. You can't sue me. Yeah, right? That works. But sometimes, I mean, it's like you don't even know, like, I don't know. I don't really feel like I knew a whole lot about life and myself even until really like my mid-20s, you know, when I was really forced to, because I was, like I said, I was using my friend Robert as kind of a security blanket, kind of, when I came down here, as much as I could anyway, you know, because I didn't venture too far from home when I went to college. And I mean, basically I just picked this college. I kind of had a little bit of experience with the campus because of Boy State. I had been to Boy State. Not that we really got much of a chance to explore the campus during Boy State, but, you know, a little bit here and there. But, I mean, my best friend was down here. Robert was down here, you know, so that was kind of my deciding factor in where I went to college was I knew someone, you know, so I kind of, but I mean, I quickly learned that, like, we weren't going to be, like, we had different schedules, like, different classes, different, you know, I don't know, he had a job at, like, as a secretary in an office on campus somewhere, at least one semester, I remember, because I remember I went and hung out with him for a little bit while he was there, but it's like, you know, I worked in the computer lab and, like, we had different schedules, and it was like I was so terrified, like, I almost starved myself, like that first night, one of those first nights, because I didn't want to go to the dining hall by myself, you know, and I was like, you're being stupid, like, you're hungry, go get food, you know. I guess food has always been had a special place in my heart and stomach, I guess. It's a good motivator. It's like, I know you're scared. I know you're terrified. You've never been to the dining hall by yourself, but you're gonna have to fucking do it. Grow the fuck up, you know? Like, it was all of that sort of, but it didn't, the process didn't really complete until Robert graduated and moved out of town. You know, like, he moved off campus, because we were, you know, we were roommates. Best friends, bad roommates. I'm a night owl. He likes to turn in early, you know, that sort of thing. So then we were suite mates. We each had our own room, and we shared a bathroom. And then he got married, and then moved off campus. So it wasn't like he was right next door. And actually, at that point, I got myself, they had apartments on campus. That's when I got my campus apartment, so that I could just live by myself, and I didn't have to worry about a roommate or a suite mate that I didn't like or that I couldn't trust, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, but he was still, like, there, kind of, you know? So the process didn't really complete until he actually graduated and moved out of town, because then I didn't have him anymore. I mean, I had my anime club friends at that point. Like, I might have had Nick and Sean and, you know, all of them, maybe, to hang out with and go do things with or whatever. But it wasn't like, you know, I mean, being on campus, whatever, you know, living my campus life, I guess, wasn't necessarily, you know, the same. I don't know. Did I know Nick by then? Maybe? I don't know. Around the same time, maybe? Maybe I met Nick just as Robert was moving out of town. I don't know. But then it's like, I mean, I was forced to do things on my own, you know, like, because it's like, well, I mean, Robert's not here. I got, you know, nobody to latch on to, so I'm just going to have to grow the fuck up and do my own thing. As much as I grew the fuck up. I mean, obviously, you know, we know how I am, you know, but a terrible adult. We've discussed this multiple times, many times. But you know, it was like going to taking myself on a date. You know, I don't know exactly for sure when that happened the first time, but there was some movie that I really wanted to go see. It might have been the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That might have been the remake with Jessica Biel. I think I went to see the new Scary Movie, which I guess they're getting ready to make another one of those. I think I did Scary Movie and Texas Chainsaw Massacre that night, because it's like, you know, I knew it was scary. It was like, you know, I was having to like go out on my own and trust myself, and like, you know, can you find your way back home? You know, like everything's on Highway 13 basically. Like everything's down the main drag, so it wasn't like, you know, but I never really ventured into town by myself, you know, very much. So it's like I didn't really know. I mean, I knew where the movie theater was. Like I said, it was on the main drag. It wasn't like it was on some side street somewhere, you know. Pretty easy to get home, you know. So that was kind of my first, you know, one of my first experiences once again, because then it's like, you know, because it was kind of scary at first to like do something by myself, but then I realized I loved it because it was like that kind of solidified, I guess, my bachelordom that I currently, you know, what I was confirmed bachelor. That's what Mom tells everybody that I am, but it's just kind of like I didn't have to like answer to anybody. I got to do my own thing. Like I got to go eat where I wanted to eat. I got to sit where I wanted to sit at the movie theater. I got to, you know, like I got to stay after the credits, and I didn't worry about bothering anybody, you know, because it's like, oh, are they ready to go? You know, I don't want to keep them waiting, kind of thing, you know, whatever. I just did what I wanted, when I wanted, how I wanted, you know, kind of thing. And I think that was, you know, part of the whole, like, me just kind of doing my own thing, being on my own vibe, I guess, you know. But it took all of this, like, getting out and fucking doing it, you know what I mean? Like, getting out and experiencing it to find out that I fucking love this, you know, kind of thing. Like, I don't have to take anybody else's opinion into account. I can just do me, you know, do what I want. So it's very lovely. But it took, you know, nutting up, I guess, as they might say. I don't know, like, you know, getting out, forcing myself to do it, getting that experience, you know, being in the moment, I guess, and being like, wow, this is actually pretty cool, you know. So I think experience is a good teacher, you know, probably the best teacher, you know, getting out there and just fucking doing it, you know what I mean? Just fucking doing it. At least I mean, that's how it is for me, you know. So that's just how I'm being. But anyway, that's just how it be. So I'm gonna go eat my food. Can you hear the buzzsaw? They go. Yeah. So. But yeah, I'm gonna eat my food. I'm gonna sit down, eat my food. I'll watch at least one of my stories, because I'm at that point with General Hospital that, like, if I don't watch an episode, it expires and I miss it. So it's like I gotta watch at least one episode a day, and then try to catch up. You know, watch a couple episodes this weekend instead of just, you know, dumb random YouTube videos instead. Because it's kind of what I do sometimes. Is I just sit and watch like random YouTube videos instead of what I should be watching, like Book of Carol, the Daryl Dixon show. I think I got 2 episodes into that. Didn't get any further. So I think there's only like 8 episodes of that. I don't think the season's very long. It's already over, I think, for the season. So maybe, I mean, I kind of hate binge watching, but maybe I can binge that this weekend and just get it done and over with, maybe, between all of, I'm sure, my naps, because that's what I do. And Minx is something, I don't know. And there are children screaming. So I don't know if you can hear that either. But there's a yard on the other side of this tree line, and somebody apparently actually lives there now. So I do hear their children outside playing every once in a while. But I don't think getting murdered. I think it's playing. I guess. But anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. So, that's what I'm gonna do. And I will see you for what I see you.